Hey pals, welcome to Frame and Fiber. I'm Paige Miller and I'm so glad you're here. It has been a while since we've spent any time together, and that's because a lot of things have happened in my life in the past since I think September of 2022, and today is March of 2023. A lot of things have happened that have just, I just wasn't in the space mentally, emotionally to be able to be here with you. So I am glad to be here with you today. I, over the last few months, have taken video of things that I've been up to. And so this video is going to be me sharing that stuff with you. In the very last video that you may have seen before this one, I announced the changes here at Frame and Fiber, and a lot of those changes have happened, are in the process of happening, but life threw some wrenches my way, and it didn't happen in exactly the way that I was hoping to get things done. That might sound like a bummer, but it's not. You know, staying fluid and rolling with the punches means that it's all good. So I'm here and I'm glad you're here. In this video, I won't be talking too much about a specific project that I'm working on. For instance, my knitting isn't even in this room with me right now. It's out in the living room. But I'm not going to be talking about my knitting this time around. I will for sure in the next video. But in this one, I just wanted to share a little bit with you about what's been going on at the framing studio, what I have been doing as far as kitchen work and garden prep and working in this space that I'm in right now. So I hope you enjoy the videos, and I'll see you at the end for a little catch-up, recap. Since taking this video, the shop has changed even more, but I wanted you to see so far how it's coming along. I thought I would share with you what I'm working on and hopefully capture some of the behind the scenes, behind the glass. So this uniform is from 1953, thereabouts. We've got family photos. We've got photos of the sailor, and this will be flattened out, but this is the panoramic photo of his graduating class. I love that we're putting this in here. We've got the manual. Isn't this so great? And of course, the uniform itself. Look at the buttons. Look at the pocket. Look at the embroidery on the ends. I just think that's so beautiful. I've got to make this book stand up vertical in a frame. I'm going to spend some time today doing a prototype to see if what I have in mind will work before I cut into the big piece overall. That right there is the backer board, and I don't want to cut into that and then realize I made a mistake and have to reorder another big piece of molding or piece of mat board. So I'm gonna take you along with me today as I do a little prototype. I cut a mat to the size of the cover of the book, so it's not Let me take the book up here. Oh, so, you know, the inside of the book is always a little bit smaller. Well, the pages are smaller than the cover. I'm going to definitely cut a reverse bevel. Reverse bevel means that the bevel side that you normally see, can you see that? I can't see that. I need my reading glasses on to see that. Is on the back side. And I think that is good because I can use this straight edge to kind of mask the fact that the book is not square. I want the mat to support the frame, the book. So this is the backer board. This is what this is what will be visible through the framing. And so down here in between, I need to fill this space with support. And so what I'm thinking of using is 1/2-inch foam board strips that I will cut to the size of the book. But if I cut it to the size of the cover, the pages won't be supported. So I think what I need to do first is cut a piece of mat board, which, let's see, this is a piece of mat board. Yeah, so I need to cut a piece of mat board to be the first layer of support. That'll be even and flush with the cover, the back cover. But then the foam board needs to be cut a smidge bigger so it'll fill the gap. The only problem I can see is I forget what this part of the book is. Oh, the spine cover. Although this book is so old and used that this bends under, so I might not have an issue. All right, I'm gonna try that first and I'll meet you back here. Okay, that's nice and flush. All right, this is 1/2-inch foam board. Super sturdy. I think I'm going to do 1.5-inch strips for the prototype. I'm sorry. Just because the stuff is, I don't have much of it and it's expensive and I don't use it that often, so I'd rather not waste it on the prototype. Okay, there's one. I wonder if I could I could just snap it. That's way easier than cutting it. Okay, let's put the top matte layer on. Oh, you know what though? The book is going to want to open. So I need to tie it down with some Mylar. Let's do that. I don't think you can see this. Can you see this? Yeah, you can see it. Here it is. I'm going to just tie the pages shut with this Mylar. So that way nothing will flop forward when it's standing vertical. Now the cover will still flop, and that's okay, as long as the pages aren't flopping. Okay, let's do that again. ready to test this out vertical. I like the way it looks, but let's stand this up and see how it looks. So there's the side. So we've got, I don't know, a little bit less than half of the book underneath, maybe about half of it. Okay, so this is it standing vertical. It looks pretty good. Okay, so issue number 1. You can see how high that is. I mean, that's like a good 3/4 of an inch of space that I need. That has to fit inside the frame. Let's go out front. Oh no, the frame's right here. So where's my tape measure? So the frame, the frame width that I have to work with is 3 3/4 of an inch. But part of that 3 3/4 is I have to fit in the glass and I have to fit in the backer boards. And so that's 3/4 of an inch right there. So I'm losing about an inch. Will the uniform, might be touching the glass at that point. And also, look how big the board is. I have to raise the entire piece up that 1/2 of an inch that I used to space the book in order for it to lay flush and not be angled. That's a lot of support. I wonder if this is not the answer to my That's a lot of space behind. And if I use 1/2 inch, like I wouldn't mind saying, oh, I'll use 1/2 inch strips to hold up the backer board, but the weight of the uniform, might be too much. Let me think on this. I'll get back to you. This is probably going to take me the rest of today and tomorrow to really get this figured out, and then probably the following day to assemble everything, because I have other work I have to do as well. So I'm going to get to it. I have a couple customers soon, so we'll see how much I get done. I'll meet you back here if there's anything of interest to show you. Otherwise, I'll show you the end result. So I wanted to show you where I'm at. I'm just about to cut the acrylic for this to build up the sidewalls. Everything is mounted. So we solved the problem of the book. There's mylar thread holding that closed. It is pressed in there pretty nicely. Isn't that cool? And then what I ended up doing was mounting each of these onto their own separate, you can see the shadow right there. When I had them just laying on top of the backboard, it was just too flat with the uniform where it is. I feel like the documents and photographs needed to be lifted up a little bit just to give them some space. Doesn't it look good? Oh, beans for friends. I have so many beans that I'm canning some up so I can give to friends. Oh! It's the best sound. So a lot of kitchen prep still, even though I'm getting ready for spring. Just getting my tools ready and getting my kitchen together, so that way when the busy season hits, I will be prepped and ready to go. Garden prep is in full swing here. Chickens are being chickens as usual. We will be adding to the flock this year, so these girls will have some friends soon. I've been starting seeds in the last few weeks, and you'll see here that I've changed a bit of the process. I am using these packs instead of my soil blocks this year, just because I am trying to make it a little bit easier on myself. So I'm doing it this way. I've also changed up the way I water. This is the old way of doing it. And Paul Miller bought me a prize, and so now I'm watering with this pump. It works like a charm. I absolutely love it and can highly recommend it. That one's from Harbor Freight. Excuse me. This is the seed starter that I prefer because it has compost in with it. It means that I don't have to rush to up pot my seedlings if I don't have the time. So it just gives me a little bit of a boost and makes it easier. I claimed one of our spare bedrooms and have finally made a home studio for myself. I've been spending a lot of time in this room. It's been great to just have a space where I can just come and make and create or be inspired. Love it. This here is a wool cutter, and it's for rug hooking. I am using it to cut strips of fabric for my weaving. This is an old bed sheet that I've held on to for years. Finally repurposing it. I plan on repurposing a lot of fabric using this machine, specifically for my weavings. This cutter is very fine. It cuts 1/8 inch strips, and I plan on getting a bigger head to make bigger pieces. I did this sample piece right here, and I think I would like to have thicker strips. At the end of the season last year, I gathered up a bunch of daylily and iris leaves. These are iris leaves right here that I am soaking. I gathered them up last year. I didn't gather them at the correct time. They were pretty spent. I think anyone who forages and uses natural fibers for weaving probably would have not used these, but I wanted to practice, and so I can't wait this year to have fresh leaves to gather for weaving and experimenting with. Twisting up cordage has turned into a little bit of an obsession of mine. It is just another form of hand spinning, and I just think it's so great. I love the texture of the finished rope, and I've used it so far in a couple of weavings, and I can't wait to have more to experiment and play with. I keep saying I can't wait, but I really can't wait. I can't wait to share more of this with you. So that's what I've been up to. I've been in a very good creative space lately. As they say, the creative juices have been flowing and I have been going with it. I will share more of that with you in the next video, and I will share more with you in the next video in specific projects, and I'll give you more in-depth updates about what's been going on here at Frame and Fiber. So thanks for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.